but definitely the player I've been most impressed with is Esther Okoronkwo.
Are you just saying this because you're a Nigerian?
Yes, of course. Now I'm saying it because I'm a Nigerian.
He's my perfect prototype for a midfielder. Tall, all action, can do everything on the.
And you're physically
so. According to Tunde, Ibrahim Toure is the best midfielder in African football. Welcome to the African Football Show. You're used to seeing us on live, but this is the actual African Football Show, not the African Football Live. And with me, I've got Tunde Young on my left and Faruq on my right. He doesn't want to say his surname, but
it's Ibrahim.
we still will say it. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about the greatest African midfielders to come out of the continent, as well as, if we don't talk about the WAFCON, we're going to be doing the women in the service. And I know some people on this show would love nothing more than to do women in the service, but I'm not among them. So we're going to be talking about the WAFCON, and we're going to look at the best players, maybe the worst players, the most disappointing countries, the most exciting or surprising countries in a positive note. And then we're going to the men's side of the game to talk about AFCON, to talk about why the AFCON prize money is so much higher than the WAFCON prize money. And of course, we're going to talk about the greatest midfielders in African history. So stay tuned. There's definitely a lot for you. And to kick it off, Faruq, who have you been most excited to see at the WAFCON?
I'm laughing because me and today were discussing something before the game about the Moroccan top scorer. But definitely the player I've been most impressed with is Esther Okoronkwo.
Are you just saying this because you're a Nigerian?
Yes, of course. Now I'm saying it because I'm a Nigerian. I don't understand. What am I supposed to be excited to see? I'm excited to see a Nigerian player playing, and of course the Super Eagles have been the best team in the tournament.
Super Eagles?
The Super Falcons. The Super Falcons have been. You caused this because why are we even talking about the AFCON?
We'll get to that.
So you put the Super Eagles in my head. So the Super Falcons to me have been the best team in the tournament, especially in the knockout stages. So the best player or at least the player that has impressed me the most has to be a player from the Super Falcons, and that's Esther.
Esther Okoronkwo, the leading assist maker for the tournament. And Tunde, do you agree with Faruq, or do you have someone else?
No, I have to agree. Unfortunately,
What do you think about that?
On the wrong side of history, I agree with Faruq. But at the end of the day, it has to be said that Esther Okoronkwo has been incredible. The pinpoint accuracy that she uses to find players is ridiculous. I genuinely think that she could play for the Super Eagles at this point.
Stop it. Yes, let's not start.
Technically, like just based on her technical ability. I'm not talking of athleticism. I'm not talking of durability. I'm just talking if we can just have her just play set pieces and go back on the bench, that would be fantastic. But yeah, she's been amazing in this tournament so far, and Justin Madugu has used that as a very effective weapon. And hopefully, that helps us in the final.
So given that your most impressive player has come from Nigeria, who would you say is your most disappointing player? Is he also someone that's in Nigeria?
Yes, actually. And none other than Agbabola herself. I guess I didn't expect, players to finish that quickly at 30.
Wow.
And that's not to say because she has been out for a long time. Like she burst onto the scene at,
as
19,
a teenager,
if you believe what you read on the internet, she was 19. Wow. But so she has had over a decade run. So I think that's impressive enough. But you still expect at 30, you still expect that she has a lot more to give the Super Falcons. This tournament has shown that there's nothing. When I say there's nothing there, we are at the bottom of the beverage at this point.
Scraping the barrel.
We are turning the beverage can upside and eating it from behind, hoping that something comes out.
Wow.
There's not. I'm sorry. I hate to do this to her because she's generally one of the greats. But
Tunde speaking about a female footballer and talking about hitting it from behind. Anyway, Faruq, do you think that Nigeria could have done with Oshoala at any point in the tournament?
Yeah, of course. And I don't think today's assessment is fair anyway. I don't think it's fair because going into the tournament, Oshoala was not on form, and we knew that we had to do it without her. Like we had to do it with other players, but she was necessary. Her inclusion in the team is important because she's a leader in the team. I understand that Ajibade is a captain, but Oshoala is a senior player in the team, and her inclusion was important. And also, she has scored in this tournament. Now, what are we doing here?
She scored Nigeria's first goal at the tournament.
Yes, Ajibade's goal was a penalty now.
Against the grocery shop employees of Nigeria.
Did we win against them or not? Anyways, I believe that inclusion was important. So I don't think anyway she's the most disappointing player. In the game she played, we won. I understand that she has not really been involved in the knockout stages, and props to Madugu for understanding that Oshoala had to be phased out. So you cannot really call her the most disappointing when she has barely played. I think I was more disappointed with Kundananji from Zambia. I expected much more from her, especially
more than her 3 goals.
No, like in terms of in the knockout stages at least.
Okay, well,
against Nigeria, because I don't count the group stage. I don't.
You literally just held Oshoala's one meaningless group stage goal.
I don't count the group stage. I don't count it, especially against the game against, because I only saw two.
I mean, they had the toughest group of the competition against Morocco, against Senegal.
I understand. I understand. I only saw 2 Zambia games in the.
That's 2 more Zambian games than I thought you saw.
I only saw 2 Zambia games in the competition. I saw the one they played against Morocco, and I was not particularly impressed because both teams were poor. That I know they played 2-2, but both teams were not particularly impressive.
That was the opening game of the tournament.
Yes,
I know they were not impressive. I think that game maybe even turned me off from the tournament because this was supposed to be 2 of the best teams that were supposed to be playing in the tournament. And against Nigeria, it was even worse. It was, because I expect she's a player I really liked. I prefer her to Banda because I watch her regularly when she was in Liga F, and it was quite disappointing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, can you really be disappointed if you watched her in the 2 toughest games that Zambia played at the WAFCON?
And which games are those? The
Morocco? No, the ones that
I watched the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I was not impressed.
Your entire opinion is based off Zambia's 2 toughest games at the WAFCON.
Okay.
Does that seem fair? Considering she even scored in
You
one of
called
them.
Oshoala the worst, and she has not played in our own 2 toughest games, and you allowed him. You did not
because
offer
she was so bad in an inconsequential game that she even scored it, and she has not started since then. You know how hard it is for you to score and then
How
coach
are
say
you
don't
disappointing if you did not play today?
Maybe it's disappointed that she just didn't play.
I don't understand.
And the that she's not good enough to play anymore. Like, it was inconceivable to me that I will be at a major tournament and Oshoala will be riding the bench when she's not injured. Or
Not the one goal she has scored for BFC this season.
Nobody watches.
That did not disappoint you.
Well, I don't watch American football.
I mean, that's the best women's league in the world. So,
but maybe it's not the most popular or most popularized.
Maybe, but it's still the best. It's the most
I don't even stay up to watch Inter Miami. I'm not staying up to watch BFC. Sorry, if this means I'm canceling, cancel me because I don't want to stay up to watch American women's league football. Sorry.
That's fair enough. I can't even blame you. Up at 2 a.m. as a 32-year-old man is difficult. Anyways, so we've seen the WAFCON and we know that the winners of the competition got $1 million in prize money. And it was, in fact, it was about half of that before the tournament. And then I'm sure the president of CAF heard some pushback because it was around $500,000 before the tournament. And just some days to the tournament, they increased it to $1 million. When you compare that to the AFCON, it's about 7 times more than that. I don't know why you guys are going quiet now all of a sudden.
Yeah, no, you've not asked the question.
I don't understand.
Your demeanor all of a sudden just changed. Your eyes went down.
Let me explain my own demeanor. I'm wondering what the problem is. And hear me out. 1 million is a lot of money. Considering that, no, I think I'm speaking because I assume that, first of all, as sports journalists, career sports journalists here, you guys should have context that female sports is naturally just, at least female football is naturally not as financially, lucrative as male football. So, like, $1 million prize money. It sounds like I'm not going to, don't rob yourself of blessing by comparing to what people that have been doing this for longer and have been doing it for bigger crowds and are basically more commercially viable. What they pay WNBA players? Caitlin Clark has the orange juice and biscuits, and she's one of the best players in the world. So, like, if an African country is earning $1 million for winning an African football tournament, I think that's great. 7 times Yeah, the AFCON ends 7 times more, blah blah blah. Hopefully someday we'll achieve parity and whatnot. But like the AFCON has more than 7 times more exposure. I don't want to say importance because importance is relative, but exposure in terms of the amount of people watching. You've seen the stadium so far, the tournament. I don't think there's been any game that has been packed out yet. So like we are pushing gradually, but CAF is very, very, in my opinion, this is a very generous. So I'm not going to. I will speak bad about CAF on other things, but this one, I have to give it to them.
Faruq, do you agree with Tunde?
Again, I find this really tough being put in a position where I have to agree with me. But I guess it is what it is. Only yesterday I was arguing for payment parity between the Super Eagles and the Super Falcons, because especially in terms of bonuses. But I think I would have to stand on the other side of the divide for this particular question, because when the NFF president, that's Ibrahim Gusau, was asked why they pay the Super Eagles way more than the Super Falcons, his answer was that the sponsors come and they only ask for the Super Eagles.
Essentially, what Tunde said.
Yeah, I would like to think that when the sponsors come to CAF as well, they are asking about the AFCON and not the WAFCON. So I think it is understandable. But also, you'd also have to ask how much CAF values these tournaments themselves, because what you don't sell, sponsors will not find it appealing. I mean, the women's Euros is on right now, and there's more traction for the women's Euros, even in Africa, more than CAF's own tournament. It is true, though.
No, not in Africa. You can say maybe worldwide, but not in Africa.
I'm telling you what I'm seeing in my own timeline today.
I mean, your timeline does not.
Yeah,
does not,
just because you follow white women exclusively doesn't mean that.
Your timeline does not dictate.
And just because
who cares about women's Euros?
Just because you spend your time soft-soaping MPFL journalists, and so that's what they exclusively think about, tweet about. We are not the same. So I'm just telling you what I am seeing on my timeline. The WhatsApp groups I'm on, people regularly, they only talk about. Please let me land. They only talk about Nigerian games. No, like you have to understand when a tournament is popular and when a team in a tournament is popular. I only hear people talking about when the Super Falcons, of course, when the Super Falcons are playing, people will speak about the Super Falcons. But when the women's Euros is on, I'm hearing people talk about Sweden. I'm hearing people talk about Germany. I'm hearing people talk about Spain. I'm hearing people talk about England. So this that's people are talking about the tournaments and not the, of course, people will talk about the Super Falcons when Nigeria is involved in anything, even if it is badminton or tennis or cricket. People will find a way to talk about it. But as a tournament, like how many people are looking at or talking about other teams? I'm not seeing people like the Morocco versus the second quarterfinal game between Morocco and was it Ghana?
Yes, Ghana.
Yeah, it was a good game. Like I say, it was a decent game. Nobody was talking about that game. Nobody was but the two semi-finals between the Spain and that they played last night, Spain and Germany and. Was it Italy and England?
Yeah.
Those games were all I was seeing on almost every WhatsApp group I'm on. And that is what we should be seeing from these tournaments. Like, CAF did not really push this tournament. I'm not seeing what they did for the AFCON. You could see almost every game. The CAF social media team, they were on steroids. They were creating content. Like, you see the team coming out from their team bus with speakers, stuff like that. These are the kind of things you used to generate.
We've also seen things like that for the women's AFCON.
I'm saying it is not enough. Like, those things do not happen in a vacuum. Like, they pay micro-influencers to push this thing. Like, these things, we know how these things work. If they want it to be the talk of the town, it will be the talk of the town. So let's not act like it's because people just don't look at it organically. Things don't happen organically. They have to push it in people's faces, then it happens organically. So I don't think CAF is doing enough personally. And you have to do that for the sponsors to now see that, okay, there's obvious traction in this thing. Let's now tie our brand to this.
All right, so you've heard the news. According to Faruq's WhatsApp groups, CAF needs
leading data analytics too.
CAF needs to do a lot more to push women's football in Africa. And some people would say they need to do a lot more to push football generally in Africa. And now we're moving on to a special segment, something that I've devised to torture and punish these two wonderful young men beside me. We're going to be talking about...
One young man, actually. And one very clearly not young man.
I won't say anything about that. Anyway...
I know for a fact it's not wonderful.
So we're going to be talking about the greatest African midfielder to come out of the continent. And we're going to do it with a twist. Have either of you ever played Taboo?
No, sir.
The game? Great. That's even better.
That sounds like something they do in a plus 18 house party.
I mean, I don't know what kind of house party you've been going to.
Also, is that the one from your same WhatsApp group?
Discussing WAFCON in your plus 18 WhatsApp groups is crazy.
Yeah.
But anyways, so the rule of the game is essentially for the rest of the conversation that we're going to have a couple of words that we are not allowed to say, and we're going to rank you by points, and eventually the winner on points gets something special from me.
Wait, what's the price?
I
first?
know you to be a diabolical person, so what is the something first?
Don't worry about that.
What's the price?
Concern
first?
yourself about winning.
I'm not trying to win physical attention.
More
from you.
importantly than concerning yourself about what the prize is. Also, as a bonus, if during the conversation you tell me something about a player that I did not know previously, you will get points. And like I said, at the end of the day, the person with the most points will win. You guys are obviously starting from zero, so
If you didn't know
hopefully
it previously, how would you know if I made up a story?
No, you get.
it will be obvious. I can tell your lies from
How
the
do
truth.
you be obvious today?
And so you guys are starting from zero, so hopefully you guys end on negative points. And so the words...
Sorry, just to
Go
clear
on.
this up. If I have -3 and he has like -7, I've won now.
Yes.
Okay.
That's how
That's
maths
how
work,
math
No,
works.
I just want to understand.
You don't have a mass WhatsApp group.
Faruq, the WhatsApp group man. So the words that we're going to be avoiding today are JJ, Yaya, Essien, Kalusha, Ayew, Mikel, Steven, Bolton, Chelsea, and Sully. Do you guys remember these words? Do you want me to take it again?
Yeah, but you can still mention them without.
Yes, you can mention
Okay,
you can mention other things about
Fair
the players,
enough.
but you just cannot
Just
say
run-
these
go
particular
over
words.
the words again.
And one more time, the words are JJ, Yaya, Essien, Kalusha, Ayew, Mikel, Steven, Bolton, Chelsea, and Sully.
All right.
So who wants to go first?
I mean, let him go first.
Tunde, who in your opinion is the greatest African midfielder?
Personally, I think it's Kolo Toure's brother.
Why? Are you not going to tell us why? Like, why Kolo Toure's brother?
With everything he did, one of those trophies was extremely productive, and he's my perfect prototype for a midfielder. Tall, all action, can do everything on the.
And you're physically
So-
attracted to him.
According to Tunde, Ibrahim Toure is the best midfielder in African football.
Kolo Toure has more than one brother.
Yes, he
and
does.
why did you just choose Ibrahim?
How am I supposed to know which one you're talking about?
Okay. Kolo Toure's only other brother that has won an AFCON.
Okay, fair enough. So why do you think that Toure brother, Yaya Toure, is... Of course, I'm allowed to say these words. They are the ones who are not
You
allowed.
did not say this one in the beginning. But
He
continue.
just-
Yeah, I
he's
mean,
just
come on.
freestyling this thing.
It's very clear that I, as the game master, I should be allowed to say the taboo words, but you guys cannot. So why do you think Yaya Toure should be over someone like Mikel Obi, for example?
I mean, he did win. There's an award that determines who the best player in the continent is.
And for one of those awards, Mikel does insist that award belonged to him. The 2020,
So 3-1.
2013.
Okay, so one of them
Can't Player of the Year.
one of them has the award, the other has a strong conviction. I know who I'm siding with.
That seems unfair. Faruq, do you agree that...
And by the way, I'm leading now, right?
How are you leading now?
No, it's still very level.
All right. fair.
Do you even do you understand instructions?
I know you will say like 6 of those words in your first attempt. I know it. Go.
So, Faruq, do you agree that Yaya Toure, first of all, should be over Mikel Obi?
Yeah, definitely.
Why?
I mean, with everything he has said,
That doesn't seem fair.
the man that played for Barcelona and Manchester City has won 4 AFCON titles.
So you mean for African Player of the Year
Sorry,
title?
4 African Player of the Year titles and 1 AFCON. That's the same with the man that played for Chelsea and that does the something one.
Who? Michael Essien?
No,
Or the Something One podcast?
yeah, that
Okay.
played for Middlesbrough and Trabzonspor as well. So I think that the Kolo Toure's brother is definitely.
I don't know. I never knew Ibrahim Toure was this popular.
It's definitely the greatest African midfielder of all time.
I think this seems unfair because when you look at Mikel's career at Chelsea, I mean, he won everything.
Yeah,
Won the
but
Champions
the
League,
thing
won
is-
the AFCON before Yaya Toure, won several trophies with Chelsea. He's won everything that Yaya Toure has won.
You can't have this conversation without discussing skill level. In terms of skill level, it's not even up for comparison. It's not for debate. If we are even talking about skill level, the man that came silver, that got silver medal at the 2005 Youth Championships.
Who are these people?
The man that got silver medal, silver ball, sorry, at the 2005 Youth Championships. If you are talking about skill level, you can't put him on the same level as so good they name him twice. So, but because of his achievements. But if you are saying achievements, definitely the younger Toure brother has achieved more and is also definitely more skilled than him.
So, according to Faruq, Mikel is nowhere near Eric Jemba. Because that's what I understood from what you were saying. Unless that's not what you were saying.
That's not what I'm saying. You are trying to trip me up. Please move to the let's talk. Let's hear him speak.
So Faruq has talked about skill level versus achievement. When it comes to skill level, shouldn't someone like Jay Jay Okocha be at the very top of that list?
If you want to put him there, put him there.
I'm asking,
Not be your list.
Should he be at the top of the list or not?
If you are going purely by skill, probably. I mean, he did have a recent, skills challenge for the Guinness World Record, which we don't know if he got yet. So, congratulations or whatever, or commiserations. But yeah, I think he's probably the most talented Nigerian player of all time. Definitely the most skilled Nigerian player of all time, and maybe even the most, recognizable or commercially popular Nigerian player of all time. So I do agree that if I'm just going purely by skill, the Bet King ambassador. All right, I can't say that. So if I just go by that, the former PSG man certainly features highly.
Big ups to Ronaldinho, the greatest or the most skilled African midfielder ever, according to Tunde Young. What about other? I mean, we seem to be concentrating a bit on Nigeria.
It's you that is concentrating because you are focused on tripping us up.
No, I'm not. I mean, yeah, that's what we're trying to do.
Right.
We seem to be focused on Nigeria, but looking outside the country, we've seen other African midfielders, maybe not as heralded as the likes of Jay Jay, the likes of Yaya Toure.
The one that called Mourinho father too.
Yeah, Michael Essien.
Yeah.
But what do people like Kalisha Bwalia have to do to gain recognition?
Maybe they'll have a difficult name to pronounce. Maybe.
I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. He was, the first player outside of Europe to be nominated for the Ballon d'Or. And today, 1 point for me because you guys didn't know that. And today, we barely hear his name outside, even within Africa. So is it a generation thing that people like Bwalia, people like Abedi Ayew, Ayew, don't get to be mentioned in conversations like this?
Maybe, number one, maybe don't be known by another great person. Like when people hear that name, those 4 letters, they...
What 4 letters?
P-E-L-E. When people hear P-E-L-E, they don't think about...
No, you can say Pele. It's not among the words that...
Oh, I don't know the word. I can't even remember them. I'm just making sure not to name anybody. So, the father of Dede and Jordan... No, sorry, the father of Jordan and Andre is definitely amongst the most skilled this thing, but it doesn't help that he did not do much outside of Africa, so it doesn't help. He did not really do much outside of Africa.
He won the
Champions League with Marseille.
Like in terms of on a personal level, like
he did though.
No,
he was also nominated for the Ballon d'Or. He was also, if I'm not mistaken, the first African to win the Champions League with Marseille. 1993.
You meant with Marcel.
They won the first reiteration of the Champions League.
Yeah,
because I know that the first African was this Liverpool guy,
Grobler.
Yeah, Grobler. So
it doesn't count in my books.
That doesn't not count.
He's white as hell.
Yeah, people from that part of Africa are white. I didn't know.
So what now? Elon Musk is not white. He's not African.
Elon Musk doesn't think he's African.
Who told you that? He's South African.
Call Elon Musk African. When you block your account.
He calls himself an African American.
Come on, you from the Twitter. Now you rely on only WhatsApp.
Anyways, you're also right by saying it's a generational thing. Obviously, people that played in that era, especially when they are not associated with bigger clubs. Like if he had played for a Manchester United or a Barcelona, those fans of those clubs will keep his name relevant until now. No, I mean So good they name him twice. It's not from that era.
I mean, I actually don't think it's necessary. Yeah, eras play a part, but I just think that first of all, both of you are just not that knowledgeable and also bad at your jobs because you would know that he, at a point, and still is actually the president of the Zambian Football Federation. So give my points first.
No, I knew that. I don't know why. Yeah.
I thought
What are you
I
talking about?
I thought I had
Begging for it.
enough program. Wait, we'll try
I've even
again.
forgotten that was part of the criteria for points.
We'll try again. But yeah, actually, I do think that eras play a part. The fact that when I even hear that name, what comes to my mind is not great footballer. What comes to my mind is the lone survivor of that horrific plane crash.
Plane crash.
So that's the first thing that comes to my mind. Then I then think about his great career and stuff. So I never saw him play, and on this part
Are you
of
sure?
even if I'm that old, let's even assume I'm that old. We don't document this on this in this side of the world like that. So there's a reason. Even though we never saw the actual owner of that name play, but you could watch him. But no, we don't have the same luxury for some of our African greats. So it's what it is.
All right. So let's stick with Ghana and look at three Ghanaian midfielders: Sule Ali Muntari, Stephen Appiah, and Mikel Essien. Which do you think was the best versus the greatest?
The best and the greatest are the same person, and only one of them played for the best club in England at the time that he was there.
Manchester United.
None of them played for Man United.
Arsenal.
No, I'm asking. I want to understand.
Yeah, none of them
Best
played for
club-
Arsenal, so I'm wondering what the
Okay.
best
Best
club.
club.
Okay, only one of them played for the best team in West London. I think that's
West Ham?
West
Fulham?
London.
I didn't know.
I see what
any
type
of
of
them
time you
played.
guys are on. So I'm not going to indulge whatever you are doing. At the point, I'm just going to say screw the points and just start talking. But for now, I want to see what Ayoola wants to give me.
So for now, you're saying Mikel Essien.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, if you take everything into account, he achieved the most and he had the best pick. I would say the bald guy, there's only one bald guy in that list. So
I think
there's only
all
one.
of them have been bald at several times. in their
No,
career.
there's only one of them that is known for being bald.
Okay,
The bald guy on that list, in my opinion,
Appiah.
is severely underrated as well. In fact, he doesn't get his
Very
due.
skilled.
Yeah, he was a phenomenal midfielder. He really was. And probably the fact that he did most of his best playing in Italy did not really, while the other guy was mostly situated in England where people watch football more. So I still have to give it to the West London, the Bully Blues midfielder.
Faruq, which of these three would you say? I mean, if you're a Ghanaian, just eat some
He
eggs
does
and
look
assume,
Ghanaian.
eat some eggs and assume you're a Ghanaian.
Personally, Sulaiman is my favorite of the three.
Who is Suleiman?
There's no Sulaiman.
Yeah, he's the one who's his name is Sulaiman, but they're shortening it to his first name. That played for Inter Milan.
Appiah also played for Inter Milan.
If I wanted to mention the person you just called now, I would say bald, but I don't say bald because I personally like left-footed footballers that play on like this side of the
on
pitch.
the left.
So, but I mean, you have to be stupid to not mention the guy that played for Chelsea and Real Madrid as the best.
Minus 1 point.
Wait,
Go on.
did you mention
Yeah.
which?
Chelsea.
When?
Twice.
Yes, yeah.
No, he never
that's why
mentioned
I've been
Chelsea.
saying West.
Suffering from success.
It's not in my head. It's not in my head, but no problem. No problem. No wahala. No wahala. I'm paid.
He paid now.
I'm paid.
You can see the
But
pain.
no wahala, because I've gone through serious efforts to ensure that I don't mention these names. But it's not that stupid club that you play. No wahala.
After beating you like thief in the final conference league as well.
No, let's not get into that. Let's just. But anyways, it's definitely the best player on the list. Let's not even make it about greatness. Because
I think he's even a top 3 African midfielder of all time.
yeah, I mean I agree because both ends of the pitch is like one of the best. Not even
Box-to-box
African,
players.
yeah, best box-to-box midfielders.
Of his era.
In the last 20, 30 years, you have to mention his name. So I think.
Go ahead and mention it.
What's your own now? The people that are watching know what I'm talking about.
Of course, we're talking about Mikel Essien, for those of you who might be a bit confused. All right, so now that we've finally gotten Faruq to trip up, and you guys have claimed who you want to claim as your best African midfielder, but let's play one final game. So I'm going to ask you.
Wait, can I just put out a fun fact so that did you know this? I like I don't have to. It doesn't have to play with the conversation.
I've not seen desperation like this in a long time.
Unfortunately, it has to come naturally as part of.
See, you're just making the rules up as you go.
No,
because you did not mention this before.
I did though. I said during the course of the discussion, if you mention something that I did not already know, then you get a point.
I'm sure if I say, did you know, is in this conversation as well.
No, unless it's about one of the African midfielders.
Continue.
Okay.
Continue.
So, I'm going to ask you this or that.
Is this still part of the game?
Yes, it's still part of the game, of course.
Wow.
So, this or that. JJ or Mikel?
The former.
So, assuming you're saying JJ for that. Okay.
I can do this all day. I have a superb vocabulary. They don't waste my school fees. What are you talking about?
I'm sure you
Let's
do.
go.
If you say I mistakenly thought, all this is your bragging.
I think I
we
lost
don't need
school.
all this.
When they go public school.
No.
We don't need all this. So, so you've chosen JJ, all right, first. Mikel or Steve Napier?
Obi.
Really? With all the accolades that you gave up here, I'm just surprised. I'm not asking you to change your answer.
Yeah, it's still.
Okay.
Sorry, is the O word not part of what
No,
you
it's
mentioned?
It says the whole word.
I just said I should confirm. But no, I continue.
I never thought whole word would mean anything other than ovulation.
What?
You say it's the whole word and it's talking about our great midfielder.
May God forgive you.
All right, let's go.
Michael Essien or Kalisha Boyle?
Wow. Okay.
Just mention his name. Don't think about it too much. Like you know the former. I be the latter then.
Yeah, I'll go with the Zambian.
Really? Again, after all the accolades that you put on.
This one is not. I don't believe in it. Just because I don't remember which of the other names is on the taboo list. So I don't want to risk it. I have a lead to protect it. Also, I just talked all this big talk about having a huge vocabulary. So sorry.
Okay. So. Okay. So.
Me again?
Yes, you.
It sounds like you have exhausted all your easy questions on him.
No.
Okay.
These are not easy. So, would you go Yaya Toure or Ogen Yonazi?
I know for a fact that Ogen's name is not on that list. But I cannot in good cause. I feel like if I call him ahead of Toure, Thunder will fire me on the set. So I'm just going to go with Toure because I know for a fact Toure is not on
Yes, Toure is not on the list. So, considering the players that you've chosen already, would you then say JJ or Kalisha Bolia?
I will go with the Nigerian.
Okay. Mikel or Yaya Toure?
CAF already decided that one for us now. What's our talking?
With who? With who?
Whoever won
This or
the award
that?
when the two of them. Who is still crying till today? Whoever won the
That's
award.
not,
when they went.
wow. That's not fair. So, Yaya Toure. So, finally, JJ or Yaya Toure?
I'll go with Toure.
Faruq? Your turn.
I know. I can give you the facts now, Abby.
Faruq, let it go. You know Ayoola doesn't even have a real gift for us. It's probably going to be words of affirmation or something.
I see this, you even tell you facts and you tell you knows this before.
No.
How do you...
You have to trust my honesty.
No, I don't.
No!
I don't understand.
You have to trust my honesty as the host of the show.
Continue.
I mean, come on.
Okay.
So, JJ or Michael Essien?
The Ghanaian.
Wow.
Was betraying his country from the start.
Are you not shocked? I'm shocked.
Not be by skill move.
Yaya Toure or Kalisha Bolia?
The one that plays for Barcelona.
Okay, I'll give you that. Andre Ayew or Ogenyo Nazi?
This is not as close as you're making it.
I'm going to be patriotic and the one that played for Lazio.
Really? Are you just picking the wrong answer because you're afraid to mention names?
Yes, that's what
No,
it's
I
doing.
mean you said the.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Abedi Ayew
You
or
You said you did say the other. You mentioned his son, not.
exactly.
Yes.
So, you expect me to.
his
So
son
let's
is-
strike a
his
point
son
from
is
the
his son is
host,
technically junior, but no wala. Dede Ayew or Ogenyo Nazi?
Nascimento from Ghana.
What does that even mean?
That was very creative. I wish I could give you a point for that, but unfortunately that's not part of the rules.
You make the rules as you go. You could have just said this is part of my rules. And today I don't do anything about it. You cannot beat it, I assure you.
Sounded like an Harry Potter.
I feel like Tunde can beat me, but anyway.
I will beat you. don't rub me. I'm in the lead yet. So.
And then Mikel Obi or Stephen Appiah?
This one is easy now. The guy that played for Middlesbrough and Stoke City. You thought I was going to say those useless bully Cowboys. I can't forgive myself for saying this because why would you even put that club there? No, I'll continue.
So, Michael Essien or Ayew?
I guess since I've made an entire conversation about skill level, he's also somebody that has achieved. So I just say the father of Jordan and Andre.
All right. Yaya or Mikel?
The one that cried for birthday cake, of course.
So, Essien or Yaya?
Again, the one that also now I did not mention the person you just mentioned now.
Which person did you mention?
person?
You
I
mentioned
said
two
the
people.
father of.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's the
okay,
father of
okay,
Andre
okay.
and- See, I just told you something you did not know. This technically, I just told you something you don't know.
No.
Please,
No.
please.
Something you don't know, it does not have to do with his incompetence. It's one that forgot that he said
If you
something.
don't know something,
I am not going to lose
Eh?
a prize because Ayoola does not do his job well.
Said you did.
And
Was a price. I just told you something you don't know. Please, let's be fair.
that's not true.
Let's
Ayoola,
be
you know,
fair.
and
Technically,
All right,
I just told you
so
something you don't know.
technically, you told me something I forgot.
Yes.
Not something I did not know.
If that's not true, what you forgot is what you don't know.
No, it's not the same.
But
You know the same.
gaslighting me here?
You know the same, Papi. You know the same.
No.
very
Voila.
racist.
Voila.
So, Andre and Dede's father or Yaya Toure?
This is actually tough. It's tough because for them to give you that name it means that even though I
You
don't
were-
watch him,
Yeah.
but I like to trust what the experts and the people that came before me like today. I like to trust their opinions. But I mean, the lanky midfielder that scored 20 goals in the English top flight season. I'm not sure if the P word is there, so I'm trying to be.
Again,
That P word is not on our list.
I'm trying to be careful because I also did not think the C word was there, so I'm going to be careful.
what are these words?
But I watched Koloture's brother with my own eyes, and I mean, he used to play for a club that I used to support, and then he moved to the blue.
I should
half-
tell you all you need to know about Faruq as a man.
Then he moved to the blue half of. It's the M word here. Then he went to the blue half of Manchester, and then I mean, he's arguably the best midfielder in terms of quality because, like I said, I rate his skill level very highly. He's probably the best midfielder in Premier League history. So, yeah.
All right, guys. You've heard from Faruq Ibrahim Toure, the greatest in African history. And on that note, we've come to the end of the African Football Show. Don't forget, of course, to like, subscribe, share with your friends, share with your enemies, share with maybe your concubines. I don't know. But this is the end of the show. Thank you once again to Tunde Young, the thief on my left,
Winner.
and Faruq, the thief on my right. Tunde Young, of course, the winner of a great big hug. We are curing.
I knew it was
the
on bullshit.
male-
I knew it was on bullshit.
I knew that was what it was going to be.
We
That's why
are
I did not
carrying-
bother to win.
carrying
I
the-
did not put any effort. I did not really. Let's let him have it.
You cried because you wanted to win a hug from Ayoola. I will ask for that clip before I leave here today.
We are carrying the male loneliness epidemic one hug at a time, and today Tunde is our big beneficiaries. Thank you for being with us on the show. See you next time.